Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, I am playing the Tier 8 Imperial Japanese Navy Premium Destroyer HSF Harekaze. I think this ship is very, very fun to play. I was having kind of a bad time not too long ago, and was voicing some complaints. I'm a little bit ashamed to admit in our Discord, and a friend. Captain Insano gifted this ship to me, and I am very grateful not only for the gift, but for the kindness behind the gift and the understanding behind the gift. So thank you again, Cap. This game, well, I really like this ship. I've really struggled with it since picking it up, which is a little bit of a surprise, I guess, because I think I'm a pretty decent torpedo destroyer player, but I've been on a lot of teams that I'm not sure exactly the most tactful way to put it. Well, for example, I was on a team yesterday, day before, where half the team hadn't even played 500 games yet, which is really weird. But there were a lot of purchased premiums in the game on the team that I was on, and it's difficult sometimes to have much of a chance in a case like that when you have players that are unfamiliar with the maps, unfamiliar with the ships, unfamiliar with game mechanics, and then maybe on the other team you have a lot more players with 5, 10, 15,000 games under their belt. So my win percentage in this ship, at least thus far, is ghastly, but I've been having a really great time in it. This is one game where I had some reasonably decent success, and I thought, I posted a video of this ship the other day, but and I can't explain why, because I don't know. The sound got warped about a third of the way through, unfortunately. Nothing was changed, none of the settings were changed. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but so I thought, well, I need to post another one, and this one's it. Now, I was afraid Ashigara was going to push up here. I wanted to get vision, but I also didn't want to eat torpedoes, and I saw Leander right there, and I thought he might have thrown torpedoes this way. So I have angled to be able to turn out and run between torpedoes if that were the case. There aren't any caps to contest. Usually when I play this map, it seems that there's the alpha cap there between that group of islands between the Richelieu and the Leander, and then there's another cap over between the islands, about where La Fantasque is at, and in this case there aren't. So I decided I would run outside, despite the fact that we didn't have another DD in the middle. That was pretty discouraging to watch the battleship run between all of my torpedoes, but that's the way it goes. I'm debating here about whether or not to put guns on the Kid, but I opt not to because there's Sinop, Leander, Caracciolo, and the Kid. And I'm pretty sure they would all be very glad to target me. And I have torpedoes back up in another 10 seconds, and maybe that gives me another shot at the Caracciolo, so that's the goal. Now you can see our team have bunched up a little bit on the other side of the map. We've got a lot of guys down there just east of our cap, and everybody's making use of the island cover, which is smart. And you can see that the other team has done pretty much the same thing. Everybody's just looking for an angle, a way to land shots. Our Ashigara goes down, that's the first thing to go down, and then I do manage to land a few torpedoes on the Caracciolo, so each team at this point has lost 2 ships. Bad guys have lost La Fantasque and Caracciolo. We've lost the Ashigara and La Fantasque. So Still fairly even. We do have a little bit of a points lead, and that's a result of the fact that sinking a battleship is worth a little bit more in terms of points than sinking a cruiser. Since we sank a battleship, we have a little bit of a points lead. Now I've decided here that I want to push up. That's going to potentially run me into the kid, but I know the kid is banged up already. So I've just decided I'm going to take this fight. Now, it's a little bit risky because Helena is right there, and Helena has so many guns, but the range that I'm at to Helena makes it difficult for Helena to land shots on me. Not impossible, but difficult, because the shells are very floating, and I get lots of help from my battleships, and the Richelieu does take out the kid. And you can see what I was talking about as far as the Helena shells. And now we've got a little bit of room over here. I mean, not just me, but our battleships don't have to worry about torpedoes from this side. They can see the Fubuki because our T-61's got it spotted. And that affords me an opportunity. I can push into torpedo range on these battleships. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now I have to be a little bit careful if Helena runs toward me. I do not want to get caught by Helena at close range. The guns on that thing are just gnarly, but as long as Helena is staying, you know, at a reasonable distance, there is zero reason for me to sit back. So I'm going to push up close enough to be able to throw some torpedoes out here, and I'm going to hope for the best. Fubuki is, I'm sure, positioning to throw torpedoes at our battleships down on this side. You can see he's gone dark. Our T-61, rather than continue to push up, looks like he actually threw it in reverse. Now, I'm not sure what was going on there. Maybe he was taking a lot of fire from KGV and Sinop. Maybe everybody here was firing across the map into the center trying to kill the T-61. But whatever the reason, Fubuki was able to survive. And you can see Richelieu and Ismail on this side have thrown it into reverse, and they are prepping for a torpedo strike. Now, having gotten the torpedoes off on this side, our Caracciolo on the other side does take out the enemy Graf Spee. That gives us a two-ship advantage at this point. And that's going to hurt the KGV, but I don't think it's going to sink him. So I managed to land 3 torpedoes, but he repairs, and that's that. The reason I'm crossing here, I didn't really want to, you know, from a do damage and bang up the bad guys standpoint. I wanted to stay out where I was along the, you know, maybe the 2 line. But I know the Fubuki's here, and I know the Fubuki's going to be throwing torpedoes, and I want to get out here where I can do something about it. The Fubuki's banged up. If I can get guns on it, I could probably finish it. Now, I don't want to put myself broadside to this channel because torpedoes might be coming through here. I also don't want to get spotted by Sinop. Now, you can see the Fubuki, and it is really banged up, so this should do it for the Fubuki. And it does, and now I'm undetected again. Sinop knows right where I'm at. So I have to decide, do I continue to push forward or sit where I'm at and wait and see what they do? I decide to push forward, get some torpedoes out across this lane, and you can see our Richelieu and Ismail are pushing forward now. Everybody's slowing down, which is kind of what I anticipated. There are the torpedoes from Fubuki. I should be able to outrun those without any problem. Harekaze is not a particularly speedy ship. It's not terribly slow, but you know, it's not a, let's just say it doesn't have a turbo. Richelieu goes down to fire from the Sinop, and I've got 2 battleships sitting right here in front of me with an Ismail spotting at least for the time being. He's going to run behind the island, so I don't know how long that's going to last, but I'm going to see if I can get some fire started here. So I've got one on the KGV, see if I can get another. Yeah, he's repaired that one, so now I really need to get a fire started. You can see I'm kind of positioning to be able to run. Sinop is moving toward me. Okay, so Ismail's gone behind the island. I've lost sight of the KGV, so I'm going to have to switch to the Sinop. And I might be able to finish up the Helena. I just got to get shots over the top of the island here. Get a fire on him. Yep, okay, so I got a fire on him. I can see the KGV again. Torpedoes are almost back up. Helena is still burning, so I might be able to finish him with the fire. Yep, got him. And I've thrown torpedoes out hoping to catch both battleships. There's another fire on KGB, and it's time for me to beat feet and get out of here. I don't want to get detected at this range. These battleships can definitely blap me. I've still got 32 seconds left on my smoke, so I'm going to try and make use of that. You can see I've got somebody pushing up behind me. KGV goes down to a torpedo. And Leander has pushed up behind me. He was just blind fired in my smoke. And just like that, I'm sitting at 4 kills, a little over 100,000 in damage. And that's what this ship is capable of. These guns are really, really nice. You've got 6 barrels. There are 3 different options of the guns, and the one that makes the most sense to me is the one that I'm using right now. And I might be able to finish off the Leander just blind firing. I'm going to have his broadside. He's moving backward. No, he's not. He moved forward. This should be it for him. Yep, and there's the Quacken. And now this really is a mop-up operation. They've only got 2 ships left. I'm not even sure I'm going to get back to where I could put guns on anything. They do finish off our T-61, the enemy Takao. So, getting back to what I was talking about as far as the guns, you got 3 different options. The only 2 that really make any sense to me would be the 127s, or the ones that I'm running, which is the 100s. Now, the 127s, I looked at what's the damage per minute, and with the HE, if you're using the 127s, it's 18,425 potential per minute, and AP 18,854 per minute. It's got 86 meters of dispersion. The turrets turn really slow on the 127s. It's 26.1 second turn time. You get a 9% fire chance, which is nice, but you only get 21 millimeters of HE pen. Now with the 100s, you're getting off a lot more shots. The 127s, it's reload every 7 seconds. The 100s reload every 3 seconds. So you're getting potential damage per minute of 24,000 with the HE and 34,000 with the AP. Now, you still got the same 86 meter dispersion with the 100s, but the turrets turn much faster. You got 11.2 second turn time on the turrets, 180 degrees, versus the 26.1 seconds for the 127s. Only a 5% fire chance, but you're putting out a lot more shells, so you will start fires. And you have 30 millimeters of HE pen, which is awesome. Now, there are going to be some ships in the higher tiers that you're going to need to hit superstructure to cause any damage at all other than fires, but even with that, the guns can still be effective. So, you can see that the Harekaze is a very fun ship to play. It has a lot of potential in pretty much any game. You can take advantage of a fantastic detection radius of 5.4 kilometers, assuming that you take the concealment skill with your commander. And, you know, the torpedo range, down goes the Takao. The torpedo range, while not fantastic, it can definitely work, especially if you are top tier. Now, in this game, I was. You know, so we had tiers 8, 7, and 6, and the ship is phenomenally powerful in that case. This is going to be over here any second, so I'll say that's probably enough for me for now. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you feel like you learned at least a little bit of something. While an expensive proposition, the ship is a lot of fun. So if you enjoy this kind of ship and want to treat yourself, I can really encourage the use of this ship. It is a really, really fun ship to play. Thanks again for joining me. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.